And welcome back to the Fantasy Zone, where we talk everything fantasy football. I'm Courtney Salmon.
I'm Jason Earnest.
And next up, we are going to talk about our sit-em, who you should sit this week. Leave them on your bench because they're not going to score you any points. For quarterback, I have Matt Stafford, even though he played killer last week. I have Matt Stafford and Colin Kaepernick against the Seahawks.
I'm going to sit the Cleveland Browns, McCown quarterback.
You think McCown?
I think I'm sitting because, the Rams have a very good pass rush, good defense. Yeah, that's who I'd sit.
He's pretty solid, though. But, I mean, I don't know. Matt Stafford is kind of a gutsy call after being, like, the number one scoring quarterback from last week. But I think against the Vikings, he's just not going to be able to cut it. For running back, I actually have one of my favorites is Carlos Hyde for San Francisco. I have him sitting on the bench against the Seahawks.
Yeah, we talked about him last week, and he did have 21 touches last week. He does get a lot of touches, but he only had 55 yards last week. I think it's a pretty good call. I'm going to say Lewis for the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
The Patriots are playing a really good stacked Jets defensive line and linebackers. They're going to be slinging it. I just don't see him getting a lot of touches in the run game.
I actually echo that. I have him in my notes as, sitting him as well. For wide receiver, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Amari Cooper against the San Diego Chargers. That definitely...
Oh, I'm so different than you. I'm actually starting Amari Cooper.
Oh, you're going to start Amari Cooper.
Only time will tell who's the winner of that. I actually love Amari. I love Amari Cooper this week. I love Carr this week for the Raiders. At wide receiver, though, frankly, I'm going to sit... oh, man. It's so tough. I'll sit Macklin for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Steelers with the run game, like I predict, it's going to happen. They won't get the ball a lot. And Pittsburgh Steelers defense is starting to come around. They're coming off a bye week. And, Smith can't throw to wide receiver unless there's a gun to his head. So, Macklin for Kansas City Chiefs, I say you should sit him.
Well, see, and I've never once thought you should ever start Jeremy Macklin, so.
I mean, it's not a risky call. You're fair enough.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's sitting on my waiver on two of my leagues. For tight end, I have Heath Miller of Pittsburgh. You need to sit him against Kansas City. I just feel like there's way too many other options against a weak Kansas City defense. He's just not going to get the touches that you think he's going to.
We told you this. Oh, actually, Courtney told you to sit him last week. She was right. I'm going to tell you to sit him this week. That's Clay at tight end. I just feel like
Charles Clay.
Charles Clay. It's the London game, so they get the privilege to be jet lagged and play at 3 a.m. or whatever crazy time they're going to play.
6 a.m. here.
Yeah, it's just not going to be. He's not going to be good. And find another tight end than Clay.
Definitely not. You can find somebody on the waiver wire that's going to be a better option for you. For defense, I have sit the Eagles against the Carolina Panthers. Carolina is undefeated, and do I think it's going to be a huge game? Yeah. Do I think it's going to be very, very close? Absolutely. But I don't see Cam Newton giving up too many interceptions. He's not going to give up a pick six against a very, very strong defense. I just think there are much better options for you out there.
I'm going to have you sit the Saints. There might be a shootout. I really think you should start at defense. I think the Oakland Raiders coming off a bye week is a good start. And maybe the Steelers again. I don't think Adam Smith's a hard guy to defend. I really think he's the most mediocre starting quarterback in the NFL is Alex Smith for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, he's not the best option for you for sure. But so who would you sit on your defense then?
I would sit. I totally agree with you on the Eagles. I think they're good. I can't do that. I said the Giants. I mean, Cowboys will be up for it. It's a rivalry game. Somehow they're finding ways to make points, and there's better matchups this week. So I mean, you can start teams you don't really like. Jacksonville Jaguars. There's a defense you don't really think you could start, but again, I think the edge goes to the defense. They're gonna be jet lag. I think if there's a time to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's for defense this week. are the London games relatively that high scoring? No, I think we
Not
see a
really.
lot of turnover, we see a lot of mental errors. That all helps your defensive stats, and that might help you win your fantasy league this week.
Yeah, and you don't, again, Jacksonville, you don't really think about them because they've been so below mediocre the last couple of years, but it's definitely an option for you, and you'd be surprised how many takeaways Jacksonville gets. So for the next, we're going to start on our waiver wire is what we're going to start on next. And we're just going to give you a little tease with saying the number one quarterback to pick up off of the waiver wire. Who do you think it should be?
Ooh, are we teasing or are we going to tell them? All right, I'll tell them. Will you tell me?
Who do I think?
Yeah.
I think you should easily pick up Jameis Winston.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jameis Winston.
man, well, you're crazy.
Yeah, against the Redskins?
No way. Oh, no. I told you this. We are so...
Why?
Why? The Redskins have a very good defense. Jameis Winston is not panning out the way he's supposed to be. I think
I don't think he's panning out the way he's supposed to be, but I think in a pinch he's going to do well this week against the Washington Redskins.
I'd rather start Mariota if you're talking about rookie
Oh, well,
quarterbacks.
okay.
But Atlanta Falcons have a good defense. That's my point. No.
Which is why I wouldn't go for Mariota because
Yeah.
the Falcons have a very, very tough defense right now. But we'll get more into this when we come back.